Left turn. Mark. Go guard. Hold. Present. On. Order. On. Post. Ready? Cut. Left turn. March. Forward. March.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and of the brave.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is an absolute pleasure to be here with you again. My, what a difference a year makes. We were all together last year, but we're now meeting virtually. It feels like a dream, like we've all been drinking MD 2020. No, just joking. I want to thank you for attending this special and very important event dedicated to paying tribute to our public safety professionals and frontline healthcare heroes. The Valor Awards is remarkable, especially this year as we navigate a number of challenges, including the worst economic crisis our nation has ever faced, and a global healthcare civil pandemic that continues to rock us to our core. So tonight, we are honored to hear the amazing stories of our local hometown heroes and to celebrate each of you. Presenting our awards this evening is the beautiful Sharice Braxton, representing Kaiser Permanente and the incoming Chamber of Commerce Board Chair for 2021, and the lovable Ben Casey, CEO of LTI Inc. and current Chamber of Commerce Board Chair. It is my pleasure to begin the awards program. We begin tonight with our first award of the evening, the Life Saving Award. It is presented to a public safety official in recognition of acts taken in a life-threatening situation where an individual's life was in jeopardy, either medically, verbally, or physically. The winner of this year's Life Saving Award is Sergeant Ryan DeVita of Clayton County Fire and Emergency Services. On March 18, 2019, Sergeant DeVita and his crew arrived at a home on fire. Relatives brought out two small children. They were motionless. The crew managed to help the children and also put out the fire. We thank them for their tireless efforts and commitment to community.
I'm really just here to accept the award for the number of crews that made it possible to do what we did that day. It was one of those calls that nobody ever wants to run, but we train for it, we practice for it. You obviously want to get ready for the worst possible scenario just to when you are faced with it, you have to act properly, right? But I couldn't be more thankful to and honored to accept this award for everybody. It was a huge team effort, and I think I'm thankful to God that He put us in that position to be able to provide for those little girls, and it was great. I wouldn't change a thing.
Our next award is the Public Safety Award. It is presented to a public safety professional who has performed above and beyond their skill level, expertise, and exhibited innovation where they achieved dramatic, tangible, and measurable results. Community involvement both on and off the job is considered. It is with great pride that we present this award. The 2020 winner of the Public Safety Award goes to Lieutenant Daniel Duran of Clayton County Fire and Emergency Services. After joining Clayton County Fire and Emergency Services in 2008, Paramedic Lieutenant Daniel Duran quickly established himself as a valuable and engaged member of the department. Paramedic Lieutenant Duran is one of the original members of the department's Critical Care Paramedic Program, a program that's designed to train qualified medics in the use of advanced medical devices, giving them the ability to transport critically injured patients from one hospital to another. Unsurprisingly, by the end of 2012, he was promoted to the rank of paramedic sergeant. He currently serves as a company officer at Clayton County Fire and Emergency Services Station 4. Station 4's response area includes unincorporated Riverdale and College Park, as well as parts of I-285 near Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. Station 4 is consistently considered the busiest station in the department. Just this past year, Paramedic Lieutenant Duran served as the lead tactical medic with the Clayton County Police Department when they responded to Eagle Court in Stockbridge for a domestic violence hostage situation. During the standoff, the suspect deliberately shot at police with close to 100 rounds from an AR-15 assault rifle. Unfortunately, 2 Henry County police officers were injured in the initial response, which resulted in the tactical unit's deployment. Fortunately, no one from the tactical unit was injured. However, each member, including Paramedic Lieutenant Duran, was prepared to risk his or her life for the civilians of this county if called to act. Paramedic Lieutenant Duran holds a special place in his heart for those in public safety and often goes above and beyond to assist others to the best of his ability. Last year, when the City of Covington Police Department suffered a tremendous tragedy where Officer Matt Cooper suffered a gunshot wound to the head, Paramedic Lieutenant Duran and CCFES Paramedic Lieutenant Joshua Howell took it upon themselves to host a fundraiser golf tournament in honor of Officer Matt Cooper. While Officer Cooper spent several months in and out of the hospital for multiple surgeries, Duran and Howell were able to donate a check for more than $15,000 to supplement the family during their recovery. Paramedic Lieutenant Duran's passion for his job is something to admire and is truly genuine. He does not deserve this award based upon these accomplishments alone. He deserves this award for the immeasurable amount of dedication and enthusiasm that he gives of himself to the county, to public safety, and to his fellow man. It is this type of attitude and servitude that secures our future as public servants.
It's definitely an honor to and humbling to be chosen for the Public Safety Award for Clayton County. I feel like this award could go to so many different people, but to be recognized by my peers is again very, very honoring. It means a lot to me. I've been doing this for 12 years, and it's just as exciting today as it was when I first started. To go out and make a difference it's a pretty big deal to me.
And now we will honor tonight's Merit Award recipient. The Merit Award is presented to an outstanding public safety program or public safety individual who, through volunteerism and work done on the job, shows dedication to improve our community through selfless service and commitment to others. This year's Merit Award recipient is Communication Officer Joanne Sutherland of the Clayton County Fire and Emergency Services Department. Merit Award recipients Act Officer Joanne Sutherland's devotion to the Clayton County community is evident through her work with the Clayton County Fire and Emergency Services Human Trafficking Awareness Initiative. Most people have absolutely no idea more than 400 minors are trafficked for sexual acts in the metro area of Atlanta each month. That's each month. To increase awareness for the first responders and our community citizens, Clayton County Fire and Emergency Services has taken the lead in educating the public safety community on the shocking prevalence of human trafficking throughout the state. With CCFES at the forefront of developing a program to cover such an important topic that affects everyone in public safety and emergency care, it became imperative to assign someone capable of leading the charge. Officer Joanne Sutherland is just that person. With her extensive background in law enforcement and serving 15 years in the Crimes Against Children Division for the Clayton County Police Department, she has worked endlessly to develop an in-house training program to focus on raising awareness about human trafficking. Officer Sutherland coordinated with GPSTC to create their first human trafficking roll call training. This training was made available to all law enforcement, fire, and EMS personnel and 911 telecommunication operators in the state. Officer Sutherland's dedication to awareness of the long-term effects of human trafficking on the community inspires her to continue the efforts to stop human trafficking throughout the state. She speaks at educational events. Officer Sutherland has also collected over 1,500 rescue bags with personal hygiene items and blankets to provide comfort and hope for victims when they needed it the most. These items were distributed to various departments and shelters such as Hearts to Nourish Hope in the city of Riverdale, where they are given out to victims of human trafficking. Officer Sutherland's passion and dedication to the Human Trafficking Awareness Initiative is only second to her love for the employees and citizens of Clayton County. Her work has offered an invaluable service to the residents of Clayton County and those who need it all over the state. Officer Sutherland embodies the attitude and servitude of a truly community-focused public servant. I know her well, and she deserves this award.
It's an honor to receive the award today, but honestly, it's a collective action on the county. If you look at public safety, most people focus on responding, and we are so fortunate here at the Clayton County Fire and Emergency Services to not only have first responders, but we think innovatively outside the box, and we don't have to do things because everyone else is doing them. I'm very thankful for our Fire Chief Landry Murkison, for allowing people to think bigger and better. And my career is almost at 25 years, and I'm so grateful that it started with investigating crimes against children. That commitment and that passion has rolled over to my service at the fire department. We're not just a fire department. We're better than that. We're bigger than that. Human trafficking, you hear it, you see it on the news. We've been doing this a long time. And as public safety professionals, I can tell you there's more than just the rescue. There's identification, there's awareness, and there's restoration. So together with the public safety officials, our government officials, our community, we certainly couldn't do it without our community. We can provide comfort and hope with our rescue bags. Raising awareness leads to identification, and what better place than with public safety? When you call 911, we're the ones who show up. So I'm very honored, but it's only because of our public safety that we're able to do this, and obviously to our chief for allowing us to, think better than that.
Up next, the Leadership Award. It is presented to an individual who has excelled in community-oriented engagement and activities that are collaborative, cooperative, and proactive at the command staff level. This award highlights the importance of maintaining an environment where safety, security, and cooperation are essential to the successful mission of each public safety agency in Clayton County. This award is for law enforcement supervisors, sergeants, or higher. I am thrilled to present this year's Leadership Award to Fire Chief Landry Murkison and Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sudha Reddy of the Clayton County Fire and Emergency Services. Fire Chief Murkison has continually raised the bar of excellence in not only community-oriented engagements and activities, but more importantly, he has worked to improve the long-term health and safety of his team. Fire Chief Murkison's actions have created a standard of care that is unmatched in the state. Murkison was able to hire a full-time medical director and develop a health and wellness committee to assist with the new health and wellness safety initiatives. These initiatives help begin the process of reducing the potential risk of cancer in fire department employees. Some of these initiatives included changes in the use of protective gear, maintenance of said gear, employee cancer detection, and free health screening of employees. The introduction of a firefighter protective hood exchange program where firefighters are required to exchange their firefighting hoods with clean ones after every toxic structure fire was the first implemented initiative. This one initiative helps ensure longevity and sustainability through the realization that employee health is paramount for long-term success of an organization. In addition, Fire Chief Murkison pre-planned and budgeted for an additional set of bunker gear for all sworn personnel, followed by additional washers and extractors to avoid potential cross-contamination. All these measures have been proven to reduce firefighter exposure to dangerous carcinogens. In addition to the above initiatives, Fire Chief Murkison introduced the Mobile Health Clinic. This clinic is the first of its kind in the state due to Chief Murkison's foresight of incorporating an on-site medical director, Dr. Sudha Reddy. The initial programming and training for employee cancer testing in the Mobile Health Clinic was accomplished seamlessly. Dr. Reddy was instrumental in developing the infrastructure and orchestrating the planning and implementation of the screening process. Her intimate involvement in the educational component of testing and making herself available face-to-face consultations created a framework for success. Furthermore, Fire Chief Murkison established a yearly cancer screening budget to allow continuous screening and tracking for all employees. This has not been achieved or enacted by any other Atlanta Metropolitan Fire Department. Fire Chief Murkison's long-term goal is to make the mobile health clinic available to all county employees. Murkison's leadership and forward thinking has started a culture of taking care of your community within. Reddy's involvement closes the loop of understanding and credentialing for this new initiative to work. Together, these two forward-thinking innovators have exemplified the leadership qualities needed in recognizing the importance of maintaining an environment where safety, security, and cooperation work hand in hand to accomplish the mission of the Clayton County Fire and Emergency Services and the mission of our community.
You will hear most economic development professionals tell you that public safety is the cornerstone of any resilient community. So having strong public safety, a strong public network, strong public safety programs is key to the safety, security, and the well-being of any community.
It's an extreme honorable event for me. It is, the feeling is one of awe at my partners. It's awe of the community that I am now involved in and the team that has allowed me to stand here today, because I think that's what that represents.
I think we've shown, if one thing COVID-19 and the response to this pandemic has shown is that, often when you think of public safety, your first thought isn't to healthcare. We look at it now, Clayton County has their own EMS agency. We lead the way in the country in a lot of areas when it comes to pre-hospital care, EMS within the community. So the blending of public safety and healthcare within a community, I believe, is a model that you're going to see further replicated throughout the country. They have to be seamless in an area and in a community that is medically underserved, in a community that has a very, very low physician to patient ratio. Availability to healthcare is an issue in our community. So one of the things that Clayton County Fire and Emergency Services, and as a prime example of why we brought Dr. Reddy into this program and into this organization, was to start to close that gap, to start to make healthcare a priority within our community. So the fact that we can do that out of an organization such as Clayton County Fire, I think is something this county can be proud of, and it's something that I know that we as an organization is extremely proud of.
I think that to reiterate that and within the pandemic, the seamless marriage of healthcare is part of the safety and security of a community. And I think that's been brought to light this year, and our ability to do that in such an integrated, progressive manner just drives that home.
This year, the Valor Awards Committee added the Healthcare Warrior Awards to pay tribute to individuals working on the front line in healthcare and who have demonstrated integrity, sacrifice, and endurance, specifically related to the recent pandemic response services from March to present. There will be 2 Healthcare Warrior Awards presented this evening. The first recipient of the Healthcare Warrior Award is Janie Hinton, Patient Care Services Director of Nursing at Southern Regional Medical Center. Janie Hinton started her career at Southern Regional Medical Center in 1985 as a laboratory technician. Her leadership skill was quickly recognized, and she was promoted into formal leadership as house supervisor in 1999. She continued to advance into other leadership roles. Janie consistently makes rounds with patients and her staff, seeking to be apprised of any situations that crop up or how she can be of help. She has clinical experience and expertise that is comparable to none. Compassion and kindness are staples in her toolbox. Janie has served as interim chief nursing officer, director of nursing, and manager of multiple units, often simultaneously. Janie is a true asset to the hospital and an example to all of us what compassionate healthcare should be.
It's a huge honor. It was a shock as well, because I was not aware that I was nominated, but it's been a huge honor. But it's an award I'm getting for doing something that I'm very passionate and love, nursing. Nursing is my passion, my love, and it is very important for a community to get excellent quality care, and that is where we're at, where we keep pushing every day to continue that quality care our patients deserve in this community.
There was no question when this came to our attention that the Chamber was going to be so generous in looking at a Warrior Award for the hospital, and that who in fact should receive that award. The C-suite, our C-suite all got together, and we immediately, Janie Hinton's name came out of all of our mouths. Janie is that type of person who is there. She goes above and beyond. She's there for the patient. She's there for the high quality. When she hears any type of issue going on, tears will come out of her eyes. In fact, if there's any situation that she feels the patient safety or quality isn't what her expectations are. So, and she's very, like she mentioned, very passionate and has done everything, gone above and beyond what's expected.
The second Healthcare Warrior Award is presented to Kaiser Permanente Southwood COVID-19 tent testing team for exemplifying excellence during the recent pandemic. These diligent nurses and registration staff have sacrificed their time, energy, and endurance in unpredictable times. Their dedication has been regarded as a call to action. The nurses and registration staff quickly rose to the occasion of testing in a tent, which exposed them to hot and rainy long days. Building trust in the community, the nurses and registration staff demonstrate professionalism, knowledge, and skills necessary to operate COVID-19 testing during a pandemic. Developing healthcare and wellness, the nurses and registration staff use their proficiencies in critical thinking to manage COVID tent testing. To a well-deserving team of nurses and registration staff, thank you for demonstrating superior service during a pandemic. We so appreciate you.
I feel very special. I believe that we all feel very special as a team. We do feel honored. This is something that we all took a charge to do by entering the field of healthcare. So we know that it comes with a heavy responsibility, but when the responsibility actually presents, who's going to step up to the pavement? And so we all have, and so we feel, yes, it's our job to do it, but we feel very special and honored to actually be honored at the Valor Awards.
Next up, the Medal of Valor Bronze Star Award. There will be 2 award recipients in this category, as this year's Medals of Valor call for Gold and Bronze Star awards. The Medal of Valor Award is awarded in situations in which one or more public safety officials demonstrates extraordinary judgment and performance of duties during an emergency. It is my honor to present the Medal of Valor Bronze Star Award to Lieutenant Sean Moran, Engine Company 8, and Med 3C of Clayton County Fire and Emergency Services. On the evening of March 21st, 2019, Engine 8, Med 8, and Med 3 responded to a Signal 50, that's a person shot. As the crew at Station 8 arrived, Clayton County police officers waved them into the danger zone where 2 citizens were found semi-conscious in 2 different locations. Engine 8's crew urgently went to the right where 1 patient was lying motionless, as Med 8's crew made a beeline to the left to find themselves on the backside of a building approaching what appeared to be a deceased victim. Soon they discovered the blood-soaked t-shirt containing a young man with a potentially fatal gunshot wound to the neck and torso. Med 8's crew, Paramedic Lieutenant Sean Moran, and Sergeant Yashika Jones' expertise and unyielding teamwork allowed Paramedic Lieutenant Moran to quickly seize the opportunity to improvise the creation of an appropriate trauma dressing to ultimately improve the chances of this young man's survival. Sergeant Jones held pressure to the patient's neck, attempting to stop the blood from pouring from the shooting victim's neck. Engine 8's crew, consisting of AEMT Sergeant Josh Jones and AEMT firefighter Daniel Blake, found the semi-conscious second gunshot victim with a severe sucking chest wound. Engine 8's crew packaged him before Med 3 arrived to stabilize the patient for transport to Atlanta Medical Center for emergency surgery. All 3 units were able to utilize life-saving interventions, which included Paramedic Lieutenant Moran's quick thinking and creating a suitable trauma dressing to maintain the patient's airway while keeping the patient calm during this intense trauma. The patient's lives were saved due to the exemplary dedication and competency of Clayton County Fire and Emergency Services trained personnel who demonstrated extraordinary judgment while performing their duty during an emergency.
Well, it's quite a privilege to be here tonight to receive this award. It's certainly not something I did by myself. It's a team effort. You succeed as a team, you fail as a team. I'm glad that we had the good opportunities to succeed that night. So I would like to thank my fellow team members on this event, Sergeant Yashika Jones, Sergeant Josh Jones, Sergeant Daniel Blake, firefighter Madison Bishop, Sergeant Matthew Palmer, and firefighter Todd Spencer Zimmer. As far as being in public safety, a long time ago I realized you can try to find an occupation, you're just chasing a paycheck, or you can try to find a vocation where it has meaning and the byproduct is you get a paycheck out of it, which is great. So my 20 years, almost 21 years now, this has definitely been a vocation. I've appreciated the opportunity to come to work, do something that had meaning to me, hopefully made a difference in at least a few people's lives over the course of the years. And it's been a privilege.
Now the Medal of Valor Gold Star Award. This is the highest of the Medal of Valor awards. It is presented for bravery and heroism in situations where public safety officials knowingly expose themselves to great personal risk in the performance of an official act. It is my honor to present the Medal of Valor Gold Star Award, the highest of the Medal of Valor awards, to Sergeant Jelani Rogers and Detective Thomas Bastier of the Clayton County Police Department. Sergeant Rogers, a CCPD SWAT team operator, and Detective Bastier, a former Marine, were both equipped with long guns and were a part of the entry team. The suspect then came out the door on the carport side and raised a firearm in the direction of the entry team, who was located near the carport. Mr. Phillips, the suspect, posed an immediate threat to the officers by raising a firearm in their direction. Sergeant Rogers and Detective Bastier, to preserve their lives and the lives of others, discharged their firearms to eliminate the immediate threat of danger. They had no other choice. Their acts of bravery and heroism saved the lives of the family. Sergeant Rogers and Detective Bastier's acts of bravery reflect great credit upon themselves and the Clayton County Police Department.
First and foremost, I want to say, without God, we wouldn't be here today. So I want to give thanks to him. I want to give thanks to my department for having the trust in me to promote me to be a sergeant, promote me to guide and lead the other officers of the department. Being a part of the police department, it means going out here, protecting, saving lives, and giving my best every day. Every day I put on this uniform, I strive to be the best. I strive to always show a positive light. I want everybody to understand and believe that when they see the police department, that is something that we're here to protect. They could come talk to us at any moment, anytime, anything they need. Just trust in us, believe in us, and we'll be here to help them.
I want to say thank you to the leadership in the department, Chief Roberts, Deputy Chief Janikis. I know that they've given us their trust and let us go out and have the ability to do our job. To be recognized with the Gold Star Valor Award is very prestigious. I know myself and Sergeant Rogers are very appreciative that we are recognized. I would like to believe that the recognition we get isn't just for us, but it's for the supervisors we had, it's for all the other officers involved, and more importantly is that hopefully the award reflects positively, not just to us, but to the whole department as a whole.
Having an exceptionally professional law enforcement agency is key to keeping our citizens safe. We're honoring these two officers for their superb actions, and this particular incident relates exactly to keeping a family safe during a time of peril. Unfortunately, it caused them to have to use deadly force, but it was appropriate. And without those type of men and women in the Clayton County Police Department willing to put their lives on the line, then we lose the security and the trust of the community. If our citizens don't feel like we can keep them safe, then we're failing to do our job. Just a little bit more about those outstanding honorees that we're talking about, Detective Bastier and Sergeant Jelani Rogers. They're more than just that incident. If you go to our website page and you happen to glance at it, you'll see a picture of Sergeant Jelani Rogers playing basketball in his uniform with kids in the neighborhood. If you think back just a little bit over a year, there was a time when then Officer Bastier nearly lost his life during a critical incident, and he overcame and was able to save a life during this year. So they're more than just that singular incident. They're ingrained in the Clayton County Police Department. They are ingrained in Clayton County, and their mission is the department's mission, is my mission, to keep everybody safe. And as long as we achieve that mission and the word gets out about the changes in Clayton County both from a law enforcement perspective and an economic perspective, we'll be encouraging more great citizens to join this Clayton County family.
We have one last award. It is the Purple Heart Award. To all of the nominees in this category, we want each of you to know that we appreciate your heroic acts, and we would have loved to give each and every one of you an award. The Purple Heart Award is awarded to a public safety professional or group who was critically injured or killed in the line of duty while performing their responsibilities at the scene of an emergency incident, whether on or off duty. The injury must be significant and must have occurred while directly involved in emergency operations or an emergency medical treatment and rescue. The 2020 Purple Heart Award goes to Sergeant Chung Kwok of the Morrow Police Department. To help present this award, please welcome the Mayor of Morrow, Mayor Todd Lample, and Police Chief James Calloway.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to be here at the Valor Awards tonight. Tonight we get to honor one of our officers here at the City of Morrow, Sergeant Chung Kwok. Sergeant Chung Kwok has earned the Purple Heart Award. Sergeant Kwok severely broke his arm pursuing a shoplifting suspect here in the City of Morrow. During that time, he's been out of work almost a year. At this time, we're not even sure if he's ever going to be able to return to law enforcement. It is with great pleasure that we're able to present this award to Sergeant Kwok this evening. His service is truly appreciated by myself, the Morrow Police Department, and the citizens of the City of Morrow. Thank you.
And it's always interesting when somebody goes to work on your behalf. It's terrible when they come back injured. And the life of that family itself is now in play. Sergeant Kwok didn't hesitate. He did his job, and we have to have his back. Our citizens deserve it, and as an employer and representative of the city, it demands it. You have to have the expectation that we will stand behind you no matter what. You did that for us, we will do it for you, and I thank you for your service. My prayers still go out to you and your family.
Say thank you to the Clayton County Chamber of Commerce for presenting me this award, and I want to thank you, City of Morrow, for giving me an opportunity to great.
We sincerely appreciate it. It's unfortunate, that an accident took place, because Sergeant Kwok's got, tremendous skills, and his bravery is exceptional. To have to have an award, which is appreciated, but an injury that went with it, that affects you psychologically, emotionally, financially, your family, as well as your community, extremely humble, but I really wish that wouldn't have happened. It's nice to catch bad guys, but we want our people to come home safe.
Sergeant Kwok is an exceptional employee for the City of Morrow Police Department. He's a cop's cop. That's really what I can tell you. He's faithfully served the citizens of this city for over a decade. The day of this event, I was actually at work and heard the radio going off, and I ran to what was going on as well too. I was the first person to arrive at Sergeant Kwok to tend to him and to call for fire and EMS personnel. As a chief, as the one being responsible for this department, it does literally ache my heart to see any of our employees get injured, but they still come to work. All of our officers come to work day in and day out without the thought of themselves. We're selfless. He's selfless, and I'm very, I'm proud of Sergeant Kwok. I'm very honored that he was able to receive this award. Unfortunate by the circumstances.
Thank you, Sergeant Kwok, for your bravery and a job well done in protecting the community and the citizens of Morrow. This concludes the awards presentation ceremony, and it has truly been an amazing evening. Chiefs and leaders, we encourage you to tell us your stories by submitting nominations for the 2021 Valor Awards. And please keep up the outstanding work. You make us all proud. We will see you all next year.
Left turn. March. Play guard. Halt. Post. Post. Ready? Step.